Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to scrape data from zillow.com, and for this tutorial we're going to be using 5 libraries. We're going to be using pandas, requests, beautiful soup, regular expression, and JSON. So I already have it written down here so that we don't have to go through the stress of writing it again. So I'm just going to run this, right? So before scraping data from zillow.com, we are going to initiate our user agents so that first to avoid those getting blocked by zillow.com. So I already have it copied out, so I'll just paste it here, right? So as we can see, we are initiating our user agent to avoid getting blocked, and we can see that I already created a variable called header, and we have the user agent for Chrome, and we also have the referrer. So the referrer is just the website we're going to be scraping, which is this website right here. So this is Manhattan, New York. So we're going to be scraping these data. We're going to be scraping the price, the location, the city, number of bedrooms, and so on and so forth, right? So we are passing our URL. So our URL is just the website that I just showed you now. So I'll just run this so that we have it saved, right? So now let's get our request. So the arrow is equal to request. So request dot get URL equal to URL. So we already saved that URL as a variable here. Then our headers is equal to the header. And we also save this as a variable here. So we're just going to run this. So we now have our request. So let's check the status code. Let's run this. So as you can see, the response is 200. That means we can actually scrape the website. Okay. So right now, let's create our soup object. You can say soup is equal to beautiful soup. Beautiful soup. Arrow.text. LXNL. So let's run this. See. Okay. Okay. So before we scrape data from these websites, let's actually look at the structure of the HTML page right here. So we're gonna okay, before we inspect the website, let's scroll down and see. Scroll down right here. Okay. So as you can see, this is a multi-page website. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. And we need to scrape data from all these pages. So we're going to be doing that automatically. So we're not going to be clicking on page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and scraping the data. So we're going to be doing that automatically. So before we do that, let's inspect the page. So what we're going to be looking for, okay, let's just inspect first. Okay, so what we are going to be looking for is the next button tag. Let's scroll down and scroll down. So we're going to be looking for the tag of this next button right here. We'll just click on this and then click on the button. All right, so let's see. Okay, cool. So as we can see, this button is inside an A tag, and we have the href and we have the class right here. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be extracting the href from this particular tag. So let's go back to our Jupyter notebook right here. Okay. All right, so let's see, soup dot find. So our tag is an A tag, and our class. So let's go back and copy the class here. Copy and paste. So let's run this and see. As you can see, we have our href right here. So let's just get href out. Href. Okay, cool. Um, as we can see, we have our host name missing from this href, from this URL. So what we need to do right here, we need to add the host page. So just run this. So what I did right here is just to add our URL. We already specified our URL here as this. So I just added it right here just to complete the page, to get the complete URL of the page, right? Okay, now so let's try to save this in a variable and see. Let's save this in a variable. Let's just call it URL2. So let's print URL2. All right, cool. Okay, so now let's confirm that this is actually the URL of page 2. So let's click on it. Okay, let's go down and see. Need some time to load. Okay, cool. So as we can see, this is this page 2 right here. So let's just go back to our notebook. So if we notice this, we can see that it says 2p. So this automatically means that the other pages will follow suit. So that means page 3 will be 3p and 4p, just like that. So the number of pages that we would like to scrape. So let's assume that we need to scrape about 10 pages of this particular website. So in order to do this, we're going to use a for loop. We're going to use a for loop. So let's say for I in range, for I in range 1 to 11. Okay. So we are using 11 because this page is going to start from 1 and end at 10. So that's why we're using 11. So let's create a variable, say A is equal to, let's copy this. Let's copy this right here. And let's place it in a string. Cool. So we're not going to look for a way to iterate through this so that here it becomes by the time we print it, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 10, because we are assuming that we're scraping 10 pages, right? So what we need to do is we need to, let's end this string here first. Then let's replace this with plus string I. Okay. Plus key. So what happens here is for each of these values from 1 to 10, going to iterate through. So it's going to be printing 2p, 3p from 1p, 2p, 3p, 4p down to 10p. Sorry, that's um okay. Okay, so let's print A and C. Okay, so as we can see, we have from page 1 to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's just double check this. Let's click on um let's say page 8. Let's see if this will take us right to page 8. Okay, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, cool. So as we can see, this is taking us right to page 8. So this means that our follow is actually correct. Okay, so let's go back. So what we need to do is we need to copy these URLs and actually place them in variables from 1 to 10. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy all of this. I'm going to paste it here. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be putting them in variables, say URL1, and change this to a string, just like that. URL2, change it to a string. Um, okay. All right, so let me just take my time and do this. I'm going to come back to the video. We're going to continue from where we stopped. So I'll just do this so that I don't bore you with the whole editing thing, right? Yeah, back. So I've assigned the variables to abstracted URL. So for URL1, um, if you can see P1, 1P, URL2, 2P, and so on and so forth. So I'll just run this so that we have our variable saved. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to get our HTML page structure from each of these pages. So we're going to use request section. So say with request dot section, right? Request dot section as is. We are going to be extracting the the we're going to be getting the URL from each of these pages, just like we did the first one. But this time I'm going to be using request session. So I'll say arrow1, I'll call it arrow1 is equal to s dot get. Um, so here's going to be URL1, and header is equal to so our header here was okay. So we're going to be using header. So I'm going to do this for all of them, and I'm going to come back to the video. So let me just do this, and I'll be right back. So we are back. So what I did was to request for I made a request for each of the URLs we just created. So using the request.session. So for the first one, I gave it a variable of arrow1 dot get URL. That's URL1. Then header is equal to header. We actually created this header variable initially. So I'm just gonna run this right here. Okay, let's see. Let's just wait for it to save the variables. Okay, so we're done. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to extract the essential data using the JSON and the regular expression. So I have already copied the code and I'm just going to paste there now. I will explain what the code actually does. So I'm just going to paste this. Okay. So for data one, so we're using JSON.loads to actually extract data from what we extracted from this regular expression. So let me explain what JSON.loads does. So let's say we have a string. So let me just explain what it does first. What it does is that it actually takes a string and then converts it to a Python dictionary. So let's assume that we have x is equal to, let's say, this is a string. Let's create a dictionary in a string. Let's say, say name, say name, is, let's call this James Bond. Um, age, let's say age, sorry, let's say age, say 24, and let's say height, 45 inches. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so what JSON.load does that it converts this string into a Python dictionary. So let's say um, y, let's give a variable y is equal to JSON.load, sorry, JSON.load, x. Oh, we have an error. Let's check what that could be. Okay, oh, sorry. Omitted the commas. Let me just insert it. Let's run it again. Okay, so now let's print y and c. Okay, so as you can see, it converts this into like a Python dictionary so that you can easily take off the key or the value or whatever you want to extract. So I'll just delete this. All right. All right. So what this regular expression does is that it extracts all the characters except the characters in this. So we have the exclamation mark, hyphen, and some other characters inside. Then the text I want to extract is the text we extracted from the HTML. And then we are picking the first one, the first text. So if I run this, let me just run this, right? And let me say data one so that you guys can see. Let's just wait, okay? So we can see that this is like a key value pair, like a dictionary that has a key value pair. So we're going to be extracting the data from this key value pair, right? So to do that, we're going to create a list of data. Let's say data list. Let's call it data list. Call it data list. Data one, data two, sorry, two, data three, data four. Let me just create this quickly. Data 10, right? Data 10, okay. Okay. All right, so we now have a list. So we are creating this list so that we can easily look through this to extract the data for all the pages, right? So let me just create some few cells. Okay. All right, now um let's create a function, and inside that function you're going to create a loop so as to loop through this and extract the data. So let's just do it. Well, first let's import warnings, because we're going to be getting a lot of warnings. Uh, warnings filter. Let's filter the warnings. Okay, and then ignore. Okay, and let's create our data frame objects, pd.dataframe. So this is what we're going to be using to save our data frame, right? Sorry. Okay. Okay, now so let's create the function to help us make the data frame. Make data frame. Sorry. So we're going to be passing an argument called frame. I'm going to say for I in data lists. We are looking through data list, and for item in I, so we are extracting the data from a key called cat1, and search results. So I'm going to be showing you how this works later. Search results, and the last one is list results. Yeah, list results. Okay. So let's create the frame. Frame equal to frame dot append. Let's append each of the item, and let's ignore the index. Okay. Let's return the data frame. Okay. So our df not be make. Let's call the function. Let's call the function df. Let's run this and see. Let's run this and see. Let's just hold on for a while. Okay. Okay. Let's see our df. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Here we are. So as you can see, we've extracted our data frame. Let's see our shape. Let's see the shape of the data. Okay, so we have 400 rows and 52 columns, right? Okay, so I said I was going to explain this, so let me just do that right now. Let me just create some cells on the top. Okay. Okay, so we already know that in data list we have each of the requests that we got from each of the URL, and then let's use the first one as an example. Let's use the first one as an example. let's say data one. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Data one, cat one. Okay, okay. So as you can see, so this is like this cat one is just like the key that has a value. So we're extracting it from data one. So if we now see we're extracting this is search result. Let's put in search result here. So it will drill down, as you can see. Then if we extract our list result, it keeps drilling down to extracting. Let's just put it on see. Okay, as you can see, so we keep drilling down, we keep um, indexing and drilling down on our data so we can extract what exactly we're looking for, right? Okay, cool. So we have our data frame, so we can do anything we want to do. So um, for me, I would have loved. Okay, let's see if we can do some data cleaning or feature engineering or some sort of maybe data manipulation. So let's just try something. Um, let's see, let's see this. Okay, okay. First, let's check our columns. Columns. Let's see our columns. Okay. Okay. So from here, you can choose your preferred columns you wish to keep, and then do further data cleaning. So let's just try something before we go. Let's df I'll pick. Okay, sure. So id. Let me just pick id. Let me pick um okay. Let me pick prices because that's very important too. Let me pick beds. But but let me just run this. Let's see. Okay, so we have so many missing values, so we can just fill them. But let me see if I can sort this. Sort values. See if I can sort this. Okay. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we just created just script data from Zillow, and we have our data frame. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.